Okay, this is going to be a very short video on three-point lighting. I am going to do it against a green screen background just for the purpose of having a background, not because this is a video on green screen lighting. It is not, but I will do one in green screen lighting soon as well. This is a background like any other. This could be a wall full of frames. So we have the background. Okay, again, this is green screen right now, but it could be anything. It could be whatever you have back there. Now, we usually start with the individual. In this case, he's sitting down and he's in a chair. Let's imagine that for a moment. What happens usually, and the big mistake a lot of people make, is that they usually place the person against the wall or against, in this case, the green screen, right? Never have your subject against the wall. I actually call this against the wall production. It's funny to me that people automatically do this. In fact, when an actor comes in, they usually see a wall and they see the camera pointing, right? Let's say here, and they automatically come and they just stand there. It's like, and of course, a cinematographer knows not to do that. You always want to have them at least 4 to 6 feet away from the background, whatever background that may be. This gives you the ability to light an individual properly, also creates depth of field. And you actually, with the right lens, you'll be able to throw the background out of focus as well. So it makes it look very cinematic. So, where do you put the camera? Most people also, again, made the mistake to put the camera very close to the subject. This is wrong. The closer the camera or the lens is to a subject, the more the subject's face will be distorted. Lenses, the wider they are, okay, you have a wide lens, and the closer you are to an individual is going to throw their face, it will be distorted. And that's not good. You may not see it. You may look in the viewfinder or look in the monitor, and it may seem right, but it's really not. What you want to do is have the camera at least 6 feet. To 6 feet is fine. The same thing. And that's a good rule of thumb. 4 to 6 feet. This is the key. If you start here, every interview that you're going to do from now on, every actor that you're going to be filming, if you leave enough space, the more space you leave in the background, it's always going to make the actor look nicer, better. And we're not talking about acting, we're talking about their look on camera. And the same thing happens with the camera when you have this space. So this is really like the most basic part of cinematography. So this is the perfect setup. If you're gonna light somebody here, let me just bring a little light real quick here. Let's just put this light here. The moment you put a light here and another here, this is another problem. You're going to create shadows against the wall or against the green screen. You got this light rays are going to hit him. This light rays are going to hit him over here, create a shadow here. This one's going to hit, and it just doesn't work. So what's the first light that I use? I usually like to mount the backlight only because it's a little harder to mount, especially when you have a green screen. Again, this is not a green screen class, but this is just a background for now, okay? But if you have a green screen, I always put it behind the green screen with the stand, okay? Usually 8 feet high. I go as high as the ceiling and then shoot down at the individual. So we have a nice rim light around their head and around their shoulders. That's the idea. If there's another problem, if you have the individual against the wall, now you got to shoot down the light on top of his head, and that's not right. It doesn't look right. That's what happens actually at noon, especially here in Florida where I live. The sun is at noon is usually up, straight up, and it creates the ugliest shadows on the face and the body. So you never want to shoot down with a backlight. This is another reason why you want to have your individual away from the background 4 to 6 feet, like I mentioned. So once you have the backlight and you shoot it right towards the back of his head and body, that's going to begin to look nice. Now, of course, it's going to be dark in the front. There's no lights. So here we go. We bring a key light. That would be the next light that I would use. The key light, you don't want to put the key light too close here because it's just going to be too frontal and he's going to look flat. Remember, we're always creating a three-dimensional face. And you do that with lighting. There's no other way to do it. Video and film is a two-dimensional format. It's height and width. There is no depth. So with lighting, we're always trying to create depth, a three-dimensional image. And I want the lights to be usually next to the camera is. You don't bring the lights so close to the actor or the individual. You want to have them away because then what happens is you start seeing, the stand. The camera begins to see the stand, depending on your shot, of course. That you want to be pretty much at the level where the camera is. That's where you set up your key light and soft light, and that's how you should work. All right. So again, not close to the lens. This shot right here would just give you a frontal nice light. Yes, it will be soft, let's say, whatever, but he's just gonna look just two-dimensional. And the backlight is the only thing that's going to help you to separate him from the background, giving you that rim light. But this doesn't give you the cinematography that you want. We're talking about filmmaking, so you definitely want to have it out here, pointing towards the individual. So there's one. You want to have, because remember, this light, what this light is doing is really hitting the right side of his face. Okay? From the nose to the ear. This is the side you're lighting. That's all you're really lighting. A lot of people don't teach you that. They say, no, just point your light from here there, but they don't really show you the details of why you do what you do. I like to always explain exactly why we do what we do. Why do we put the light there? Well, it's 45-degree angle. Yeah, but why? Well, I don't know. That's what everybody does. Okay, that's not a good answer. So here we go. So now here's our fill light. Again, imagine this is a flashlight, okay? Just coming from the center and it's pointing to his face. See, that's how you light. Imagine, I don't care how big the light is. It doesn't matter. The light could be huge from here to here. It doesn't matter. Look where the center is and make a line towards the face of the individual. And if it's hitting it right there, that's what you want. You want to light the area from the tip of the nose to the back of his ear. If you get that lighting there, you're great. And on this one, same thing, doing a perfect job. So there's your 3-point lighting, 1, 2, and 3.